We loved getting the appetizers from you guys. I got several dips, so I thought it would be fun to do an entire video just dedicated to the dips. I'm gonna be starting off with a crock pot one. This one right here was actually submitted by a family member. Monica has been married to her husband, John Michael, for 18 years. They have two beautiful girls. They adventure in their RV. They go out to really fun places. A couple of years ago, Monica and John Michael bought the dream property and built the dream house. And it's not even like a massive house. It's nothing crazy like that. But when I say it's the dream house, I mean, we asked them for their house plans. Like, it is ideal. The setup is so gorgeous. But Monica is the one that reminded me of this recipe right here. And my husband is gonna be so excited because this one is his favorite. Probably tasted this one before, and you may have even made it. It is so easy. We're making a smaller version, so I will have the full recipe linked in the description box. Okay, I went ahead and browned up some sausage. So we've got sausage here in a pan. I just went to the butcher at the grocery store and just asked for a 1/4 pound because we just didn't need to make a full pound of sausage. We don't need a full thing of cream cheese. If I were making the full recipe, I would add that in. Goodness, that is stuck. Normally it comes out in a easier to get out of the package. What am I trying to say? Normally it's easier to get out of the package. Okay, so I'm gonna do about half of this, y'all. If you didn't see my last subscriber appetizer video, I was all over the place. There were so many bloopers, and this one kind of feels like it's gonna be that way. It's all going into the crock pot insert. I have another recipe that requires cream cheese, so I'm just gonna set this to the side. And to that, you're gonna wanna add something like Rotel. This is the version of Rotel that I got at Whole Foods. It's the same basic thing. So if you, you can also just add tomatoes and the little canned green chilies. You can absolutely do that too. So I'm gonna do about half of the can, and then we like Rotel a lot in different things, so I'll just reserve the other half and it'll go in another recipe. Okay, so my husband's actually at work today because they're having a Christmas party. Normally, you guys know he works from home, but he's gonna come home and be so excited about this. Okay, so you can see here, I'm not even like really mixing it together. It's gonna go just like this into the crock pot. Now, this is a very small crock pot. Just wait. This is my husband's crock pot from college. So when we do something that just requires a small crock pot, this is the one that we use. My husband was a basketball player in college, so everything was basketball. But it's very convenient when you need to make small things. So I'm just gonna set this to the side. We are gonna turn this on high, but if you're gonna cook it all day long, I suggest cooking this on low. So we'll come back in a little bit and stir it up. I think this is best served with tortilla chips. We do have some blue corn tortilla chips left over from the last video I did, so that's probably what we'll serve it with, but I've got some other little things that I think could be good with this too. Little bread, crusty bread. So we've got a couple options here. This next recipe came from Janie Marie, I believe. I don't have any other information about her. She left me a comment and I haven't heard back, but Janie Marie submitted this and it sounds so easy. Let me tell you what she said. I have a super good no-cook appetizer. First of all, no cook, that's really easy. You take an 8-ounce block of room temperature cream cheese, spread it onto the center of a plate or medium-sized platter, pour a bottle of cocktail sauce in the center of the cream cheese and spread it over, not going over the side of the cream cheese. That's interesting. Place crab meat all over the cocktail sauce. You can buy a can of crab meat where they sell tuna fish in your grocery store. Sprinkle 3 diced up green onions over the top and serve with club crackers. Place the crackers all around your dip on your plate or platter. It's always a huge hit at my Christmas parties. So we are going to make a version of Janie Marie's appetizer here. I'm using this leftover cream cheese. I'm gonna do this on a platter and kind of see how we can make it look. We'll see how this goes. So I'm gonna take this cream cheese and we're just gonna plop it here in the center of, it's mostly room temperature. It's probably a little harder than room temperature, but I think we can work with it. So we're just gonna kind of spread it a little bit. I don't think it has to be perfect. I mean, have you guys seen the like butter boards where basically it's just all these different kinds of butters on, like it's like the new charcuterie board, I guess. But it's similar to this kind of concept. You're just spreading it around and then adding the stuff to it. I think this is just really neat, a really cool concept. Mine may not be as pretty as Janie's because I'm not 100% sure how she does it. I actually made up my own cocktail sauce. You guys, this was so easy to make. And yes, if I were making a bigger recipe, I could have easily gone and just bought this at the grocery store, but I knew I only needed a little bit because we're making smaller versions of all of these. This was so easy. It's ketchup, lemon juice, prepared horseradish, and Worcestershire. So incredibly easy to make. Okay, so we are going to, let me just give this a little mix again. And I'm just gonna do like a, kind of a sprinkle, attempt to kind of drizzle over the top deal. Janie, is this right? I think it looks cool. It's gonna look cool, okay. She said not to go over the edges. I'm sure that it's gonna get all over the place when we end up dipping the cracker in anyway though. Okay, maybe she does more than that, but that's all of the cocktail sauce that I'm gonna put on there. I got some crab meat from our, like the seafood section in our grocery store. And this one was on sale. This was actually at the second grocery store I went. At the first grocery store, this was $26. I was like, that's an expensive appetizer. When I went to the second grocery store, it was actually on sale for $9.99. That's a lot better. Plus, I'm gonna use some for this appetizer, and then a lot of you talked about some different crab appetizers to go with my leftover wontons from the last video. If you haven't seen it, I'll have it linked here so you can see it. But I thought, that's perfect. I need crab for that anyway. So I'm gonna open this, and let's just add some to the top. Now I got the claw. It says wild caught claw crab meat. This appetizer is right up my alley. Okay, this is really fun. I want to try it now, but I feel like I need to wait for my husband to try it, because you guys just really like it better when the both of us do taste tests together. Set this to the side just for a minute and let's chop up some green onion. Now I'm assuming she uses majority green parts because I think it's mostly probably for looks. Now let's add some of that green onion to the top. Okay, don't tell. I'm gonna try it. That's good. Okay, that's really tasty. And so simple. I'm pleasantly surprised by this one. Now I don't have club crackers, but I picked these up at Whole Foods today. They're just already made up little crusty bread, crustini. So I'm just gonna, that's loud. I'm just gonna add these and then it'll be ready to go. This is awesome. You guys, I absolutely did not intend this, but it almost kind of looks like a little crab with the toast on the side like this, which makes it really cute, by the way. This one is an everything bagel cheese ball, and the stuff in this, it sounds delicious, okay? This one was submitted by, the alias is Texas Stardust. She said, I was previously married to a chef and I did a lot of experimental recipes. Even an almost flourless chocolate cake long before it was a thing. The year was 1993 and she was making it for his birthday. So she said she loves this one served with crispy bagel chips or cracker assortment or pretzels. And she said it's so easy, no cooking. You can make several smaller ones, which if you've seen this video right here, I did make several small cheese balls and it's so neat the way that it's served. I'm gonna make one cheese ball for this one, just for the purpose of this video, but I love making them mini cheese ball size as well. You guys know I've been making smaller versions. So she said she uses 1 package of softened cream cheese. I'm gonna use the half of the package. I always feel like you can cut recipes in half, in a quarter, you can triple them, double them, whatever you need according to the size party you're serving. I did not realize that my cabinet was open the whole time I was filming that. Okay, we need a little less than a tablespoon of prepared horseradish. So I'm adding that in. We do need to chop up some green pepper or scallion, do whichever you would like. And let's just start to combine this a bit. We need some cheddar cheese to go in this. And of course, bacon, always. You guys know, we usually have it prepped and ready to go. I actually just prepped it today. So it is right here, ready to be added. So we're just crumbling it up into little pieces. And I'm adding about 2 pieces or so, but I had cut mine in half, so they're smaller already. Now we mix all of this together, and then we will put it inside of some plastic wrap to form that ball shape. I'm like really gonna love this one. It's just all the ingredients that I love. We're going to just take this and put it here in the center, and then this will help us like form that ball shape, the cheese ball. Okay, so she says to refrigerate for at least an hour, and then we'll finish this one up. Okay, so I'm gonna pop this in the refrigerator and then move on to another one. My little cheese ball has actually been in the fridge for a couple of hours. Let's finish this off, and I think I'm gonna roll it in a bowl. So I've got some of this everything bagel seasoning. Trader Joe's sells this, Walmart sells this. They're all over the place now. I've seen it at Aldi. Okay, so I'm just gonna put some in here. And let's just plop this in. Roll this around. We're just gonna make sure we get some of this seasoning all over it. So she said she uses like a half cup. I don't think we needed that much because I did a smaller version. The dish that I wanted to make this next one in has just grown legs. It's gone. So we're gonna make it in this. This one sounds like a recipe that I almost grew up with, because whenever we make chili, we do what we call Frito mess, and it kind of seems like a play on Frito mess. Okay, so this is from Leisha. Leisha says that she has a son, a grandson, and a granddaughter. She loves to cook. She said she's actually won several cooking competitions, and she's been cooking since she was 8 years old. So this one sounds really, really easy. I don't even know what we want to call this. It sounds delicious though, okay? So we are going to take some of this cream cheese. So I've got half of a block left. Okay, so we're just gonna put that here in the center. I am gonna spread it just a little bit. Okay, I don't know if she does this, but this is kind of like my take on it. All right, and I just made up a super quick chili. She said that she uses, pour a can of chili over it. Now, I already had all the stuff. A lot of the ingredients were being used in dinner tonight, so I went ahead and just made up a super little quick chili here. We're gonna throw this over the top. It already smells delicious. Okay, now I definitely think that a no bean chili, you guys know, this is a debate on my channel whenever I make chili. I actually love beans in our chili. I know that's not Texas chili, but I do think that for this recipe, it's better to have no beans, but that's just, listen, you make any recipe however you wanna make it. You know that is a motto here on my channel. I'm just gonna use all of it, even though that's kind of a lot of chili, I think it'll be okay. Okay, she said she tops this with cheese and then she bakes it in the oven. I don't know how long or what temperature. I'm gonna go 350 and we're just gonna bake it until the cheese is nice and melty. Now, she uses a cheddar cheese. I'm actually using a pepper jack because I already had it shredded. You can use whatever you wanna use, you guys know that. As soon as my oven is preheated, this is gonna go into my preheated oven, and we'll start at like 10 minutes and see how it looks. But I think as long as it doesn't spread too much, chips around the edge here could actually be really pretty. This recipe is a goat cheese dip. Super simple. I mean, crazy simple. This was submitted by Narissa, and she says, I'm in love with goat cheese lately, so a really easy one is goat cheese baked with marinara sauce, then use some garlic naan or crusty bread to dip. If you want it to be sweet, you could switch the marinara out for some apricot jam. Narissa says, I live in northern Michigan, so winter is frigid and long. I have a wonderful husband and an amazing 8-year-old son named Marsh. We also have 3 yellow labs who love to clean the floors when I cook and make messes with food. I have a tethered spinal cord along with some other issues, so I'm unable to work at this time. She loves to cook and bake for her family, and she can tell that I do as well. It feels like I'm cooking with a friend when I watch your channel. I love that, you guys. I love that. Okay, so let's try this recipe. I've got some goat cheese here. Ooh, and it needs to get used. It's actually expiring in like 3 days, so this is perfect timing. Now, this bowl is oven safe, so I'm kind of hoping that I can just do everything here in this bowl. We'll see how it goes. I mean, this is crazy simple. Okay, I've got a marinara that I just made up really quick. You guys know I prefer to make ours up, but you can do it however you want to do it. And I'm just gonna top this goat cheese with the marinara. That's it. I mean, and oh, I have some naan bread, so I will end up toasting that up. So actually, let's cut that into triangle pieces and toast it up. I don't know if she spreads the goat cheese out, but we're gonna try it just like this. I feel like it needs something green. Okay, I know this isn't ideal, but my parsley did not look good, the fresh parsley. So I'm just gonna add some dried parsley. And actually, that looks really pretty. So I like that. We have this naan bread. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it into triangles, and then we will toast it up on a baking sheet in the oven. But we all really like naan bread, so this is great. You could add a garlic butter to this if you wanted to. I mean, you know, you can buy garlic naan bread already if you want. We'll just do a quick toast on these once the oven is preheated and ready to go. And I haven't had lunch yet, so I made up the crusty pita bread. It just went in the oven for about 10 minutes or so. And just put some of them in here and make it look a little prettier. This recipe might be the easiest one that was submitted, but I had to pick it just for the stuff that came with it, okay? Hey there, I'm Jenna. I'm 35 years old and I'm from Lansing, Michigan. I'm a bonus mom to my boyfriend's 3 wonderful children, and I'm also a full-time manager of 3 salons, so I'm very busy all the time. But I'm Italian and I really love to cook and bake. It's therapeutic for me and I really enjoy making food and goodies for my family. I was at my friend's holiday gathering. Everyone had already eaten the actual meal, but of course you're always hungry for things later. We were chatting in the kitchen and the host pulls out a hand mixer, salsa, and cream cheese and sets it out. She says it looks disgusting and too easy to taste, but I tried it, fell in love, and I've brought it to pretty much anything I've ever been invited to since. It's always a crowd pleaser. Everyone loves it and is constantly requested. I like to put mine in the fridge for a couple of hours or overnight for a thicker consistency, but it's awesome immediately as well. She also says, P.S. Tell your husband I know exactly what Fazoli's is. We still have one left on the south side of Lansing, and it was my favorite place to eat growing up. So if you missed it in the last video where my husband and I were cooking together, we had a conversation about Fazoli's, and so there was lots of conversation on that one. I am cutting this one down. She said she uses 2 blocks of cream cheese. We just don't need that much. So I'm cutting it down. I have about 6 ounces here in this leftover in this container. I'm gonna put mine in my KitchenAid mixer because then I can focus on other things while that's mixing up. So she said she just mixes it up for a couple of minutes and then it's good to go. So this is 14 ounces. I need about 8 or so ounces of salsa. You could use whatever kind of salsa you like. All right, let's try it. This is just the salsa mixed with cream cheese. So simple. But I mean, I don't think it looks disgusting. She said in the notes that it looked disgusting. I don't think it looks disgusting.
If it was in like a big dish, you wouldn't gravitate toward it.
True.
Is there Cholula in there?
No.
There needs to be. It's really good.
Yeah, I got mild salsa, and I do feel like if we had done a medium or a hot, we would like this even more. These are two flavors that I already love, so mixing them together, it's kind of a given for me. Is there another appetizer like that exists that takes 30 seconds to make? I mean, if you have somebody coming over and you need something to throw together, how often do you not have salsa and cream cheese in your house? This is perfect.
We got something in there too?
Oh, do you know what's in this?
My sausage dip?
It is your sausage dip.
Awesome.
Told you guys, he would be excited for that one. All right, so let's stir it up a little bit. Just a little portion, but I know you're gonna eat the whole thing, so.
Now I'm regretting having that crumble cookie at the end of the workday.
Okay, so we're going to eat it. We're gonna try it with these little mini toasts that I got at Whole Foods. It's gonna be hot.
It's too much.
Too much what?
This has to be with chips.
Okay, so we're not gonna eat them with the toast. We're gonna eat them with chips. There's more in that bag too. Like it's just, what do you mean too much?
The ratio. Too much of that.
Too much bread.
This.
Oh, because you like this so much.
Yeah, this is probably my favorite dip if I ever see it at a party or anything.
That's the one he's going for.
Yeah.
All right, so with chips, not with the toast, because the toast is overpowering.
Yeah, well, no, not overpowering, but that toast should not be an item. It's like if you have two huge, thick pieces of bread on peanut butter and jelly, and you can't taste any peanut butter or any jelly because the bread is just overwhelming.
We already know that we like this one. We're just trying it for your sake. Love this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Monica.
We have the everything bagel cheese ball. There's horseradish in this.
Oh, nice.
Which I thought was really interesting.
Don't we have a little thing that we can
use?
use?
Yeah, we do.
A cool little thing.
So everything bagel. I like the addition of the horseradish.
It's good. I'm not a huge fan of cheese balls to begin with.
I love cheese ball.
but for a cheese ball, it's good. I do like that horseradish aftertaste.
It just adds this other element of flavor. So as opposed to just getting that cream cheese and bacon, there's something else there that you're like, ooh, that was interesting. I actually really, really like that one. I would consider adding horseradish to any cheese ball because of that. So this one is the goat cheese with marinara.
I had a spinach and goat cheese empanada today at Cantina 1511 for a vendor luncheon.
And it was good?
Yeah, if you have a Cantina 1511, that's excellent. It's so good.
She said she's been a fan of goat cheese a lot lately, but if you just put some marinara over it and bake it, it's really good. I think that I could have put more marinara on it though, because there's a lot of goat cheese there.
Yeah, but it's similar to that.
The pizza dip.
Pizza dip.
Yeah.
But the pizza dip is with cream cheese, right?
I think so. But you could sub cream cheese. If you're not a fan of goat cheese, you absolutely could do cream cheese here.
Yeah, I like this more because it feels lighter than the cream cheese to me. But I like it. I like the flavor of it.
I think the kids are really gonna like that one.
Yeah.
And I mean, it took minutes. It literally was, you guys saw goat cheese and then marinara. If you're using jar marinara, it's even faster than what I did. Okay, so this one it's cream cheese, chili, and cheese. And she said it's best served with Fritos. We don't have any Fritos, obviously, right now. So it would be perfect.
Yeah. What's in the chili?
Just my normal chili, except no beans. I did no bean chili for this purpose.
You could put a glob of sour cream on the top. That is so good.
That's the money appetizer right there. It doesn't need the sour cream. Now that you've tried it, do you still feel like it needs the sour cream?
Agreed. That's really good. That is really good.
This is delicious. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is gonna be a winner, I think, for everybody for sure.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else I'd do other than just Cholula. But that's what I do for most things.
Yeah, but all these flavors work together perfectly. If you had the big Fritos, the scoops, that would be ideal.
What's this person's backstory?
Leisha is her name. Oh, she says to top it with chopped tomatoes and green onions too. So Alicia didn't give me much information about like where she's from and stuff. This is delicious. It's very good. This is cream cheese, cocktail sauce, crab meat, and green onion. I like this one because of the uniqueness of it.
Yeah, I like the flavors together. The
Like-
cocktail sauce hits you first.
I mean, we have more crab in the fridge. I feel like I wasn't generous enough with the crab on this one.
That's what I was gonna say.
You guys know I was trying to hold back because I want to do something else with it before we tasted it together, and I really liked the way that everything works here. Our son gives it a thumbs up. This has been sitting in the fridge for a little while, like a couple of hours actually, while I was making everything else. And my husband thinks that it would actually be better if we let it set out for a few minutes and just come to room temperature. And I totally agree. And I actually think it may have said that in the instructions that she used room temperature cream cheese.
Oh.
Thank you so much to everybody who submitted your recipes. I'm going to be doing another one of these in January, and I already have it planned. It's gonna be with another type of food, so stay tuned. I cannot wait because I think that this one's gonna be really good. And I'm making a mess like usual. So I'm going to, now we're gonna add, this doesn't fit. What are you doing? I know you guys are gonna love these as much as we did. If you need more inspiration for appetizers, check out the video above.